Hey, all you girls, boys, and non-binaries out there, welcome to another episode of Dungeons and Durags. This is
Yeah.
this is Senior Love Daddy
What?
Dawson. This is my black voice. No more talking like this. Sure, my name is Ron
No more
Dawson.
falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
No more falling for the... Shut up, Siri. Siri just be talking when no one needs her. My name is Ron Dawson, author of Dungeons and Durags. This is our show, joined by my black BFFs. Do I have any other? I have more black friends than you two, right? I guess the do account.
There's
Uh,
that other one guy at work, right? The other one guy at work.
it's a woman, actually.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
No, I have a few. I'm actually, no lie, I am part of my job's black ERG. I'm on the leadership team of our black
Oh,
ERG.
okay.
Do you
All
know what an
right.
ERG
All right.
is?
I have no
Yes.
clue. I
It's
don't.
Yolanda. Explain for your husband.
Employee resource group.
Right. It's like a
Okay.
group, it's a group centered around a particular intersectional demographic. So we have a black hub. Actually, I don't want to say what I work for. So we have a black ERG. We have an LGBTQ ERG. We have a woman ERG. I think we have an Asian one. We have a family one. So
So now
I'm on the leadership team for the black one.
nice. All right. I'm proud of you, brother. Good,
Yeah.
good. Now I have a question. You said no lie. Now this goes to black trivia. What's another phrase you could say instead of no lie?
What do you mean? When did I say no lie?
You said no lie. I'm on this. You just said no lie when you're
Okay.
describing the ERG. So what's another term you could say for no lie?
There's a lot of terms you could say.
No, no, this is part of the black trivia. This is your black card revoked trivia. What's another one for no lie? Yeah.
For real.
See, you ain't got your cards. You ain't
For
got your
real.
cards in your
For
research.
reals.
No, I'll give you 0.25% on that one. No,
Okay.
it's the a really popular phrase that the youngins are saying today.
Well, I'm
They've
not
been
a
saying it for like
youngin.
5 years. No, they've been saying it for like 5 years. Yeah, but it's across the board. Breakfast Club
Wait.
says it all.
Hold up.
I
The
wouldn't
Breakfast
say
Club
that
says all.
5 years. 5 years.
Time out.
Ah,
Do you know what he's talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yolanda
barely
knows
know.
it.
I
Yolanda
barely
knows
know.
it. I
But I
bet you
know
she
it.
knows this. I'm
First
gonna
of
let her
all,
tell you. I'm
first
gonna
of
I
let her
all,
know
tell
it, but
you.
barely.
first of all,
No, she knows it.
I don't think a person's black card should be tied to some kind of young Gen Z related.
Ron got very scholarly on this. He said, first of all, have you know that I don't think this is black culture. I'm talking about black culture. It's a popular phrase black culture uses
It,
when
it
they
can't be
say
that popular if it's only 5 years old.
it's super popular.
Stupor
I
or,
hear
or super?
super.
It's not
I
five
even
years
gave you a
old.
hint
It's
by
only like
stuttering.
two.
Okay,
I would
what's the
say
word?
2 years old.
What's the phrase already?
No, it's older than that.
What's the
Two.
phrase already?
No cap.
Thank
No
you,
cap.
Yolanda.
Cap.
Wow.
No
You've been
It's
cap?
not
shameless,
5
huh?
years old.
Did you
It's
say no
it's 4
cap?
years old.
No cap. That's
CAP.
5 years old.
Yes.
CAP.
Like Captain America.
Wow.
Like cap on
This
your
is great.
head.
We got to keep it. This is perfect. This is beautiful. But see, when you don't have the cards, to reference to your
I do
dissertation,
not think
it gets tough.
I do not think that should count.
Why?
Why? It
No
told you
cap?
the things.
Why
The
shouldn't
things
it count?
it's very relevant today. What are you talking about?
Everybody says it, Ron.
Everybody
Who says
says it,
it?
dude.
Who says it?
Everybody.
Every morning
Everybody.
on the Breakfast Club, I hear it 50 times a day on the Breakfast Club.
Black people say all
And
the
they're
time.
old. They're 40 years old. They're not some Gen, whatever, the latest Gen. What are we
No
on?
cap.
Gen Q.
No cap.
Yes. There you go. There you go, brother. Now you learn it. See, now you learn it. And you can go ask Virginia. I dare you. Ask Virginia, see if she's heard of it. I dare you.
Let me
Ask her, just say, instead of no lie, say, what's a black colloquial thing that's hip and out right now that a black colloquialism that they say? Ask
What is
her
it?
if she knows.
what is the
Instead of no lie,
It's the same
Ask
thing as
Virginia.
no lie.
yeah, ask Virginia. Ask Virginia.
I want to know what the etymological origin of cap is.
I have no idea, dude.
Like you capping. Yeah, I don't either.
It's
This is
usually not.
today.
It's like when is it ever tied to something? Black people don't tie stuff to something to the
That's
fucking
not true.
dictionary or something. It's just
Is that true?
something that
Like-
we come up with.
Fleek,
Crabs in a
like
barrel.
fleek. Oh, fleek.
Fleek?
Yeah.
On fleek?
What is on fleek tied
Yeah,
to?
on fleek.
I'll let
Please
you know right
tell
now.
us the etymology.
No,
of
don't
on
look on the
fleek.
internet when I ask you. You don't know, so just
I don't
you gotta
know.
go with it.
Yeah. So why
I
do we have
know.
why do we have
Yeah.
to describe it for no cap?
I can tell you where no fleek came. It came from some girl that just said it on one of her Instagrams,
On
and it became
fleek.
popular. And then
Who
everybody started
cares?
using on fleek.
Fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
McKinney, you got it. We're recording right now, just so FYI. He's left the door open and all kind of laundry stuff in the laundry room.
Okay, that's kind of an unofficial black card revoked question. Here's the official
No,
one.
it's very up to date. That was my point. That's my point. You sit there and you study things, and then you think it gives you cred. It's like, no, dude, are you living it? Are you living it? Because if you're not living it, it don't count.
How often
You know
do
what?
you,
I mean, it makes
I could go
a
get
good point,
Russian-
Ron.
I could go get a Russian student who's studying Black culture, and they'll have a great dissertation, but they might not be living the culture. That's why. That's the whole thing about Black trivia.
how often
That's
are
why I
you-
don't want you holding the game cards. You need to have your girlfriend lock them up in the
I
sex
hear you.
drawer or whatever, but you can't have access to them. So you be studying them all week and then come and hit me, Yolanda. Oh, guess what? Guess the thing I found out. Can you answer it? No, that don't count.
I forgot the question I was going to ask. Oh, how often a day do
It's
you
probably a
use
Black
no
trivia
cap?
question.
A
I
week.
use all the time. Me and my girls do it all the time. I'm with my kids in the
I
car.
never
Oh,
use
that's
it.
cap.
JD does not use it.
I know,
either.
he's lying.
lying.
All
I
right,
do
here's a
too.
question.
McKenna, my daughter's right here. Don't have me
No,
pull my
we're not
daughter.
putting her on the show. Stop it.
Yeah. No kids allowed.
Do we ever say no cap?
No, we do not.
We talk
Okay,
about
here's
it.
all
He
right.
says sometimes. All right.
Here's the
Occasionally.
official question. And this is just a discussion question. There's no right or wrong
Right.
answer.
Okay.
You know an older black couple is in love when they A, wear matching outfits, B, go out to line dance, C, make it more than 30 years, D, sleep in the same room.
D sleep
said what?
in the same room?
D, sleep in the same room.
D, nigga, D.
That's what-
Then every black couple I know be sleeping in a different room.
What? I never heard this. I was gonna say E, none of the above.
Oh, you
No,
were?
it's got- yeah.
Virginia's not black, but she always gets on me if I wear the same outfit she wears. She thinks it's corny.
So D is sleep in the same room. Are
Sleep
there a
in the
lot of
same
black
room.
people who sleep in different rooms?
Apparently.
Yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
Black card revoked. It's one of the questions. Remember on the Scooby Doo? Remember
You
on the
done?
Remember on the Scooby Doo?
The
Well,
what?
not Scooby Doo. Remember what's the Super Friends growing up?
Scrappy.
The Super Friends
I
Yeah.
with
remember
the
Super Friends.
Hall of Justice.
Yeah. When
And
the
in
twin
between-
power activate, Aquaman, Superman.
And every time they transition to a new scene, it would go like the screen would spin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that just happened.
Okay. And
Okay.
now what?
We're going to talk about a different topic.
Yes.
Oh, this is our segue. Got you. Like Batman, the old man serialized.
Oh, yeah, Batman, the spin-
yeah, the spinning newspaper.
So this week we had the DNC. And I think the best thing that came out of it was a song. The song that you shared, Yolanda.
Who's gonna tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those black jobs, those black jobs, one of those. Who's gonna tell him that the job might be one of those black jobs?
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs.
Attorney General
might be one of those black jobs.
Vice President
might be one of those black jobs.
President
might be one of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs.
Attorney General
might be one of those black jobs.
Vice President
might be one of those black jobs.
President Kamala Harris
might be one of those black jobs. Those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs.
I'm here to do my black job. I'm here to do my black job.
Those black jobs. One of those black jobs. Gonna tell them that the job might be one of those black jobs.
All right. So we were talking about the DNC. Aside from Micelle Obama's remix video, what stood out most to you, Yolanda, from the DNC this past week?
Okay, here's the best part of the entire convention.
The roll call.
The best. Roll call.
Roll call was sweet.
Roll call was the best part of the whole convention.
When Little John came out.
Whoever's idea that was, brilliance. Complete brilliance.
Have you seen the videos?
It was a party.
Comparing?
They were having a party in that place.
And
it was so cool. Like, I can't wait. I was like, ooh, I can't wait to see what song they play for each state. It was so great.
Have you seen the comparisons between the DNC and the RNC?
Yeah.
Pursuant to the announcement of the delegation and the rules and procedures of this convention, Oklahoma, 43 votes, President Trump.
Okay. I get it. A lady who runs an orphanage counts the votes, and that's that. But last night, the Democrats changed things up a bit.
Georgia, how do you cast your vote?
Yeah! Ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight to officially nominate Kamala Harris for president. Bob, get loud for another round of shots. DNC, turn out for what?
Wow! I didn't know politics was so lit. I'm going to start voting.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, the whole thing was so great. Like, I was like, I just want to listen. I just want to listen to the music. And
it was a party.
It was a party.
It was a whole party. They were having a party.
Which party do you want to go to? Which party do you want to go to? America.
And I read a post where someone speculated that part of it was like for it to be like, festive like it was, but also part of it was to highlight the fact that probably most all of those songs were off limits for the RNC and Trump. They probably had cease and desist on all that music. You can't use this. Don't use this.
Oh, right.
They still do it though. They'll use them, then people hit them up.
Exactly.
Charlemagne was saying they should get a fine because when you get a cease and desist, they just stop. But they should actually get fined because they know
should get fined because they haven't cleared it.
Yeah, they know, and they know no one's going to let them.
They're supposed to clear it ahead of time.
Yeah.
So you can stick with your Kid Rock, do your Kid Rock, the whole album, the whole Kid Rock album. You'll be straight.
And no cap. I was feeling like,
oh my god, no, oh my god,
yeah, don't do it, don't do
stop.
it, Ron.
Please
don't
stop,
do it.
please stop.
I love how you guys
no cap.
Rules.
I woke up today,
if you understood what it means, you wouldn't be using it that way. Stop it.
I'm just gonna weave it into every sentence. Like
it makes us cringe.
Right,
it's terrible.
Who let the dogs out? No cap. And Fleek.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I love how you guys gatekeep.
No cap, guys. I got up. I was so invigorated.
Ron, we're trying to save you. Trust us. Trust us. We're trying to save you.
Who let the dogs out? We're gonna have a great day.
Oh
my
god.
Clothes and I look Fleek. No cap. That's what I said to her. No cap.
It's terrible. It's terrible. I wish he never taught it to you.
I know. I was trying to jam him up. To see if he knew it or not. My mistake.
Oh my God.
My stomach's hurting.
Crying. You're on the camera crying, dude.
Don't say it. Don't say it. Please don't.
In all seriousness.
Okay. No cap.
One of the other things I found interesting when people were cheering USA.
That was dope. Finally, made the Democrats seem like they
are patriotic. Like,
yeah, exactly.
And for the first time, like, I normally feel uncomfortable, like when I'm walking in a neighborhood and I see a lot of American flags flying, which is kind of weird because you shouldn't feel like that. And I remember, like, one of my videos that go the most viral was one.
Yes.
I told you guys about the one I made when I was in Hudson, New York.
Yeah, we saw it. It.
Yeah. And for the sake of those watching, I made this video, a TikTok, November of 2022. And we were in Hudson, New York. So it's sort of like kind of upper New York State, middle New York State, but it was Trump territory. There were a lot of Blue Lives Matter flags flying, a lot of Trump flags flying, and a lot of American flags flying. And then when I got to Hudson, I guess, is like a oasis of liberalism in this area of Trump territory. And they had a lot of pride flags, and I felt more comfortable. So I made a video, it went viral. So we're visiting in upstate New York near Poughkeepsie. Lots of farm country, lots of American flags and Blue Lives Matter flags, and it was really making me uneasy. And then we came to this cute little town called Hudson. I guess it's a famous whaling town. And I see a lot of flags like this. Totally felt my nerves come at ease. Isn't that interesting? I'm not even gay. I think that says a lot when the American flag freaks me the fuck out. And I see a few pride flags, and then I know I'm among nice people. Just saying. But like every year now, like libs of TikTok and all these conservative sites pick it up, and I get all these hate comments from people like making fun of me or whatever. It's the internet. But I legitimately, as a black man, felt uncomfortable in areas where there are a lot of American flags flying, because for so long it's been connected to this MAGA party. So it's cool actually to start seeing the American flag in an environment that didn't make me feel uncomfortable. It was like we're taking it back.
There's a lot of discussion about, reclaiming the patriotism and reclaiming, things that the Democratic Party has allowed the Republican Party to usurp.
Yeah.
I think there's just like a general it's interesting because it's a different brand of hopefulness than we saw in 2008. 2008 was very hope and change.
Mm-hmm.
This is also hope and change, but it's a different brand of it, I think. It feels different.
Yeah. Different how? Like, what do you mean? Can you elaborate?
It is different. Yeah.
It feels
I think 2020 makes a better start comparison because we're so sick of Trump.
I think I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that in 2008 it was about like, is it possible for this country to really realize the principles of what it was founded upon with like electing a Black person?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it was such an impossibility then. And now we've had that. And now the hope is about where the whole thing. It's like there's this comparison to everything stark about what Donald Trump represents and his overtaking of the Republican Party. Because quite frankly, you know, the stuff that is the tenets of what you assume are the principles of the Republican Party now are so different than what they were before. And it's so stark.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, you know, like people are literally like, we're going to be Gilead if this guy gets elected again. And so I think there was almost a resignation of like, America's over.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in the pot because Donald Trump's going to win. And we know he's going to become a dictator and all this thing. And we're going to destroy what the foundation of this country is, or we're going to absolutely embrace the real principles of what the country was based upon, like those founding documents, like a Black East Asian woman as president. It's
wild.
You know,
as the first woman president.
That's a different kind of hope.
Yeah.
That's a different kind of, you know. Yeah. We're going all the way this time.
That's right. Full Monty.
We're going full Monty.
What about you, Jay?
Yeah, I dug it. I think I thought Michelle Obama's speech was great, of course, obviously. It was like the speech of the convention everybody's talking about. But for me, I think as fun as it was and energizing and critical of Donald Trump as it was, I thought that Kamala's speech was very important. Because I think for the past few years, she's had to wear an albatross of just being part of the Biden administration because she was the vice president. A lot of things she was doing was at the pleasure of the president, Joe Biden. So she really wasn't doing her thing. Like when she ran for president, she wasn't touting the immigration stuff. She got that kind of foisted on her. And so for her to be able to come out and speak to the American public and change the narrative about who she is, I thought was very important. I thought she did a really good job of that because I think for so long, I mean, before the convention, I heard people saying she was stupid, that she, and that other people are saying she's never won a race. I'm like, do y'all know that all she's done is won races in California, the biggest populous state in the country.
Right.
Time and time again, she's won her position, not to mention she's incredibly smart. She's an intelligent woman. So all these narratives that the right try to say, and people, oh, she's so stupid. It's like, I think people are starting to see, oh, she's not. And I think that her presence, the vibe that she was able to imbue on stage for everybody to see, I think kind of shook the Republicans. Like, oh, shit. She's not living to the stereotype or the lies that we painted about her, which was great. And it wasn't a lot of another comment she gets a lot is word salad. Like she'll say a lot of things that mean nothing. Mm-hmm. And I thought that her speech was very, very impactful. It did speak to certain things. Not that she had to get into the weeds with
it. As compared to Donald Trump?
Trust me. Listen, I'm saying a lot of people say that. And if I'm on the right, I can understand where right wingers come from because there's clips online that show her saying stuff that's really hope and everything, hope and changey type stuff, but it's not really laying down policies. But again, she's the vice president. It's not like she can dictate what is going on. So now that she has the opportunity to be at the head of the party, she's going to start laying down her beliefs and her agenda, which I thought this speech was a great first step towards that. And now I just want her to be ready for all the interviews and debates, whatever, and she'll knock it out the park. I mean, I don't doubt that. I just want her to be ready so she doesn't have like a Lester Holt moment where he's like, have you been to the border? And she's like, what are you talking about? She hasn't been there for 100 days. It's that type of thing. I just want her to be ready for the questions because I know she's smart, she's capable. I just feel like that whole, I think it's a good turn of the corner with that speech, a great first speech. And I think it was really important. Amongst all the other great, wonderful speeches praising her, she did a good job, I think, of people saying, oh, you're going to have to rethink calling her stupid or that, she's just all about word salad and not speaking to address certain things. So it was a good first step.
Yeah. I felt like,
and I love the fact. Oh, one last thing that I liked about the convention, and it's even pre-convention, but she's only been running for like 3 weeks, and all these Republicans, right-wingers, are losing their shit. What's her agenda? What's your post? Like, dude, she's only been running for 3 weeks. So I love the fact that she didn't kowtow to that and feel rushed to come out and give a press conference or a sit-down interview. I love that she's taking her time. And then when she's ready, she's going to answer these questions, and she'll have the debate. And the hypocrisy of the media. They always lament how long the election cycle is. Then when they finally get a short one, they're pissing on themselves because they haven't had answers from Kamala. It's like, dude, she just started 3 weeks ago. She's going to answer your question. She's got 2 debates. As long as Tangerine Idi Amin doesn't bow out, then she'll be there and she'll argue with him over the debates. And then I'm sure she'll do some interviews. So I think it's great. I like him keeping the press on her toes too. Love it.
I felt like her speech was like the perfect closing argument in a trial.
Yes.
Yeah, it was very lawyerly.
It felt very much so. Yes.
Like she
prosecuted
really
the case very well. She prosecuted the case very well.
And I felt like she
had closing arguments. Yeah.
Closing arguments. Thank you. I feel like she hit all the points that she needed to hit in terms of telling her story, in terms of making a case against Donald Trump and what'll happen if he wins, and in terms of saying, like, even though she didn't go into detail, what her platform is about in terms of like reproductive rights for women, in terms of having a strong country. Like, she made it very clear, like a few days ago or last week, or maybe it was on the interview that Elon Musk did with Trump, where he was saying something along the lines, a president, other dictators and autocrats and other country leaders of countries have to be afraid of the president. And I think he was trying to insinuate that because she's a woman,
they're not going to be afraid of her.
There's no way you came away from that speech feeling like,
and also she stood on that too. She said, I've met with these people. I talked to these leaders.
Right.
I've dealt with them. So it's not like, oh, can she deal with them? Whatever. She's been in negotiations with them. So she's already, again, she's showed her pedigree. She showed how she's capable, how smart she is, because all these that was a spin that the right was trying to hang around her neck, another albatross besides the border wall or whatever. So, yeah. And the other thing is, the other thing I loved about the DNC was how Barack and Michelle went low. Like, they came out swinging on Trump because for so many years they just let him talk all his bullshit. They stayed presidential. They never really refuted it. But this time, it's like, yeah, okay, you want to play the dozens? All right, we got you, homie. And they finally were able to let loose in a way that I've never seen them let loose before, and I loved it. I thought that was great. Finally.
And for the record, I do know what playing the dozens means.
You know what?
What playing the dozens
What
means.
playing the dozens means.
Oh, got you. Okay.
The one fly in the ointment in the DNC, and I felt like her speech addressed it well enough, but overall, like, the only fly in the whole ointment was not having any Palestinian Americans on stage.
Yeah, that was rough.
That was
that was kind
of, I feel like it was messed up. Like when they had the Jewish couple come up talking about their family members, I was starting to feel like, like, are you going to have a Palestinian couple come up to be the other side? And they didn't. And then I don't know if you guys saw any of the videos of the vigil that was happening, the protest and the vigil that was happening on the outside. From the people
I didn't see that, but I know it was happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the Native Land podcast?
No.
With Angela Rye and Charlamagne and them. There was a Palestinian woman that was supposed to speak. She's a congresswoman. And so they let her come on their podcast because they were at the convention. And they said, here's the speech that the convention didn't want you to see. And so they let her do her whole speech. And it was nothing outlandish. They could have let her say her speech because she was just representing the Palestinian side the way that the Jewish people represent their side without condemning, per se, the Jewish people. So I thought that was kind of a misstep.
Yeah.
And it makes me concerned that they feel that they're so worried about having to kowtow to the Jewish contingent without allowing Palestinians to speak on what they're going through as well.
Like,
because it paints as one side, and it's not.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like, hey, everything is great in Palestine, but they just woke up one day and wanted to attack Israelis. Right. You know, that's not the case.
Do you feel like her?
It goes back.
Do you feel like she addressed it well enough in her speech? Like, she spoke pretty strongly about.
I think it felt. You know what I felt?
She both sized it.
Yeah.
But she both sided it.
And here's the thing. I think again, this goes to her calculus and being smart and being a politician. I think she knew that she had to assuage people's fears that she was going to be this progressive, you know, libertarian, because they're already saying she's Marxist and this and that, whatever. So I could see the right side. You know, if she would have said something, even if she would have given if they would have had that Palestinian, I could see the right wing would have just ran with that. Oh, they hate the Jewish people, blah 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 blah, whatever. I could see them trying to make a lot of hay out of it. Right. So I think it's like you said, it's a right balance, because I think like what I felt was I was kind of reading between the lines of like, she's not going to be down with, and I felt this all along. Like, she doesn't get along with. I feel like she doesn't get along with Netanyahu. Now we don't know that for a fact. But Biden does. Like, Biden say, "Oh, I could speak to them," because the thing with the Biden administration is that, oh, it's horrible. We've talked to the Netanyahu and his party, whatever. The things that they're doing is there's 40,000 people murdered. You know, most of them women and children. We're talking to them. We're very concerned. But then they keep giving them weapons. They drew a line in the sand and said, we're not going to let them do this. But then they did something, and they still gave them a weapons package. You're talking billions and billions of dollars, which is pissing a lot of people off at home. It's like, well, wait a minute. You're saying you can't feed the poor here, but here we go with you spending billions and billions, or giving. Yeah, we're spending the billions to give to the Israeli. You know, and again, it's like I felt like even with the Iraq war, if it was so important for us to fight in the Iraq war, we should have paid for it instead of putting it on a credit card. And now what we're doing is we're putting the Israeli conflict on a credit card. They're not even paying for it. We're just giving them weapons. It's like, why don't they pay for that shit? I mean, I'm all for them. If they feel they got to do it and it's so important, then they should be paying for it, not us.
Yeah, yeah.
And we should have their back. I'm not saying we shouldn't have their back. I'm just saying, but does that mean giving them free ammunition and weapons all the time, no matter how they use it, when they're blowing up women and children?
Yeah. I really hope she addresses that when she wins. Do y'all feel comfortable that she's gonna pull this off?
Yeah,
I'll start. I do, because if you look at 2016, you had the two most disliked candidates in the history of the election, probably. So, and people really didn't know what they were in for with Trump. 2020, but he lost the popular vote. In 2020, it was close. It was really close. But Biden wasn't really that likable. I mean, even in our own party, I mean, he won, but he wasn't the first choice for a lot of people. There was nowhere near the kind of energy for him that we have now, and he won. So I feel like now we have, like, you're actually voting for something as opposed to against something else. Whereas the last two elections, you kind of felt like you were voting against either the lesser of two evils or against Trump. Whereas now you feel like you're really
begrudgingly taking some bad medicine and holding your nose as you okay, let me vote for Hillary or whatever, and you had to vote, because again, to your point, there were two of the most on the right, that was their kryptonite. They hated Hillary, and then on the left, they hated Trump. But either way, people had to kind of hold their nose and take the medicine.
So I'm feeling good about this, putting it out there again.
I just say this: I hope she does win, because if she doesn't win, it's like Democrats are going to be apoplectic. I don't know. They're going to be.
Yeah,
it would be bad.
A lot of blame would be thrown.
Yeah.
It would say so much about this country if she did not win, though.
And I would say this. I think that the debates are what's going to do it. her being a prosecutor.
Yeah.
And she's so sharp.
Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see.
I know, but I'm just saying that because if she issues the bet on the debates, then we're in trouble. But
as a prosecutor, you would think she would be prepared for something like that.
You would think, yeah. You would think.
I don't remember how she performed in the 2020 debates.
She got Tulsi Gabbard. So that's when she had that exchange. Tulsi Gabbard.
She flamed what's his face.
Biden.
No. What's his face? Pence.
What do you mean she flamed him?
She kind of torched him. But
she didn't really go. Oh, you're talking about for the vice president? Yeah, when the fly landed on his head.
Yeah,
so
Pence fly. Pence fly.
Pence fly.
There's no reason why she should not wipe the floor with Trump in a debate.
Yeah.
So yeah, when is it? I don't offhand. When is it? Do you remember offhand?
September 10th.
It's September 10th.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming up. What's the date today? The 24th.
It's like 2 or 3 weeks away then. Yeah.
1 week from today is September 1st.
Yes,
so
2 weeks essentially. Feeling hopeful, feeling good.
Yeah. Let's pray.
That's right. Pray to the God I no longer believe in.
The goddess. I'm praying to the goddess.
The universe.
All right. So let's recap. We learned what capping means. We learned that you can tell when two black people are in love if they share a room together. And there's hope. Hope is alive.
Yes, according to Micelle Obama, hope is making a comeback.
Right.
That's right. That's right. Cool.
And we can't get stuck in a whole Goldilocks situation where you need a perfect presidential candidate. It's
they don't exist.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't exist. They don't exist. Great. Well, if you like the show, please be sure to subscribe, hit that like button, do all the things.
Give us that thumbs up. Give us the thumbs up.
Give us a thumbs up. Share it with your favorite uncle, your favorite black uncle, and your favorite conservative friend.
And your cousins.
And your cousins. Your cousins. All right. With that, I'm Ron Dawson.
I'm JD Cochran.
I'm Yolanda Cochran.
This is Dungeons and Durags. We out.
We out.
We out.